Hey y'all. Welcome to this Kingdom Things podcast meetup. My name is Ashley Nicole Phillips, spiritual practitioner, spiritual healer, spiritual creative, divine energy, having a human experience. I channel energies and messages from benevolent energies, beings, collectives, from the space of our Creator's creation, from the space of God, from the space of Source, from the space of the Central Sun, from the space of Prime Source, from the space of the Most High energy, whatever you like to call the energy, the force behind creation, behind all that is, behind infinite creation, behind all that is. Here on the Kingdom Things podcast meetup, I actually channel specific benevolent energies, benevolent beings, benevolent collectives. I'm super excited on this installment of Kingdom Things. We will be channeling Adironnda. Adironnda is a 17th dimensional being, light being, who is normally channeled by Marilyn Harper. Adironnda has been helping me through this space in my reality, in which helping me with declogging my heart, helping me with cleansing my heart space in order to elevate in my beingness, in order to assist with the elevation of all of infinite creation. So we're channeling Adironnda today, which I'm super excited about. A little nervous because Adironnda is a high frequency being, higher frequency than I've channeled before. Adironnda is a higher frequency than I've channeled before, but I am well prepared. As Adironnda is letting me know at this moment, I am well prepared and I'm excited. We will also be channeling Artemis. We will be channeling Artemis. No direct correlation to the Greek mythology, Greek goddess Artemis. No direct correlation, but this is a collective of somewhat physical light beings of higher dimensions, a collective by the name of Artemis. So we'll be channeling Adironnda, the 17th dimensional light being, as well as Artemis, higher frequency, somewhat physical light being collective, as well as Muhammad the Prophet. I want to be transparent. Someone, a beautiful soul, a part of the Kingdom Things podcast community, inboxed me and asked me to channel Muhammad the Prophet, and I let that person know that I don't go to the energies to channel them. I don't go ask. I allow the energies to come to me so that I can stay in flow, and so that I can know that that my intentions and my moves, my steps are divinely guided and of the will of our Creator, of the will of God, and not of the will of some subconscious or conscious out of alignment intention within myself. So I don't go ask to channel anyone specifically. I allow my spirit guides or the benevolent energy, collective, or being to come to me. So again, that I can ensure that the intentions for the channel are God's will and not thy will. God's will and not thy will. So I'm super excited. We will be channeling Adironnda, the 17th dimensional light being, Artemis, the higher frequential light, somewhat physical light being collective, as well as Muhammad the Prophet. Let's go ahead and get into it. Yes, and it's a good day to you. It's a good day to you. We are here. I say we, but I am. And I am an aspect dimension of Prime Source creation by the name of Adironnda. Your realm knows me by the name of Adironnda. I am an aspect, a dimension of our Creator, just as you are an aspect and dimension of our Creator. You see, we have no true separation, as a human being likes to and tends to separate things and the dimensions and aspects of our Creator's creation. You must understand, dear human being, that you are not separate from all that is. You are not separate from me, as I am not separate from you. as well as you are not separate from the expansiveness of our Creator's creation. You are not separate from the expanding times of our Creator's creation, as we are as a whole, as a creation known as God. By many of you human beings, we are known as God by many of you human beings, stepping into a new and wonderful phase of our Creator's creation, of God's creation, Creator's creation, as God's creation, as the creation of God. We are stepping into a new and wonderful, magnificent, foreign phase as the creation known as God. We are all known dimensions of the creation known as God. And as the dimensions of the creation known as God, we are all stepping into, expanding into a new foreign phase of creation. A phase in which we are creating through divine love. You like to term it unconditional love, through divine love, in which our intentions of our creations are that of the utmost compassion and consideration for self and for our neighbors and for the other dimensions and aspects of our creation, our Creator, known as God. You may wonder as to how this is going to unfold. The how is not your business, dear ones. The how is not your concern, dear ones. You only need to concern yourself with remaining heart-centered, remaining peaceful, remaining balanced, remaining in love, remaining joyful. Remaining balanced will assist you with remaining joyful, with remaining in love. As dear one, you are an aspect and dimension of our Creator's creation. You are an aspect and dimension of God. Allow yourselves to melt into this realization. Allow yourselves to meld with this realization. Allow yourself to unfold into this realization, as what is to come is far more exuberant, far more benevolent than you have, far more exuberant, far more benevolent, far more expansive, far more joyful than you can expect, as what you expect is only data collected from what you have seen, what you know. What you can expect is only data accumulated from what you know. Allow yourselves to unfold in the notion that you are a part, a dimension, an aspect of our Creator's creation of God, and the new foreign phase that we are all collectively walking into as dimensions and aspects of God are far more exuberant, far more expansive, far more joyful, far more high vibrational, far more benevolent than you have experienced in your cycles of your humanality as a collective known as humanity, a planet Earth. I leave this message here today. I leave you here today with the final message. I leave you here today with the final message that all in which you desire to be is all in which you already are. All in which you desire to be is all in which you already are. Allow who you are to unfold in your reality with the utmost benevolence, the utmost ease, the utmost joy, by sinking into, melding into the notion, the aspect of the God in which you are, the aspect of infinite creation in which you are, the dimension of infinite creation in which you are. Thank you, humanity. Thank you so much, Adironnda. Thank you so much, Adironnda. Thank you so much, Adironnda. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit nervous. I was a bit fearful of that channel, as that channel was I did not know what to expect, because it's an experience that I had not experienced. I did not know what to expect because it was an experience that I had not experienced. The human being is programmed, wired alchemically through our genome to fear that in which we do not know. The human being is alchemically programmed through our genome to fear that in which we do not know. So I did not want to gaslight myself and pretend as if I was not a bit fearful, was not a bit nervous. On the other hand, I am super excited about the channel of Adironnda, about channeling Adironnda. Again, thank you so much, Adironnda. I did not want to gaslight myself and pretend as if I wasn't fearful when I was. On the other hand, I was also excited. I was able to observe myself and not allow the fear to talk me out of channeling Adironnda, talking me out of walking in my divinity, taking the divinely guided steps that God has laid in front of me, that God lays in front of me. I didn't want the fear to talk me out of taking the divinely laid steps that God lays in front of me. I did not want my fear to talk me out of, coax me out of the divinely guided steps that God laid and lays out in front of me. But at the same time, I want to honor myself, honor every dimension and aspect of myself that comes up to be acknowledged. That fear came up. I didn't ignore it. I said, you know what? I'm a little fearful. I'm a little scared. I acknowledged it, acknowledging the fear as Adironnda is guiding me through in this moment, acknowledging the fear energetically, telepathically, acknowledging the fear energetically, telepathically. Adironnda is guiding me through the understanding that acknowledging the fear takes away the power of the fear. When we acknowledge the fear, we're taking the power away from the fear so that we know the things that we're doing. We know the intention behind the things that we're doing. I knew that I was scared, but I also knew that I was excited because I want to walk in the steps that are divinely laid in front of me, that God divinely lays in front of me. Thank you again so much, Adironnda, for that channel. I'm super excited, and you're right. I was well prepared. The channel felt amazing. Again, thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and get into Muhammad the Prophet, which I'm super excited about, channeling Muhammad the Prophet as well, because of Muhammad the Prophet's story. Because of Muhammad the Prophet's story, which is similar to, it's a mirror to the story of the human being. We're waking up to aspects far beyond who we thought we were, far grander than who we thought we were. Muhammad laid down in that cave as someone in which he himself thought he was illiterate, thought he couldn't read, and he was awakened by dimensions and aspects not outside of himself that were to guide him further into the realization of the grandness of his self. Just as humanity is being awakened to abilities, telepathy being one of the abilities, reading energy being one of the abilities, humanity being awakened to these abilities that we have innately within us, that are a part of us, that have always been a part of us. We are awakening to these abilities that are innately us and walking the divinely guided steps that have been laid in front of us by our Creator. Coming into the knowledge and the knowing that we are far grander than what we thought we were in our past history. I'm excited. Let's go ahead and get into the channel with Muhammad the Prophet. Thank you for having me, Ashley. Thank you for having me. I guess we know that, nothing is a coincidence. That soul that inquired about channeling me, inquired about myself, wasn't a coincidence. I'm excited and honored. I'm excited and honored and feel a sense of grand nobility to be still a part, a woven strand within the tapestry of the human collective. I authored my story as Muhammad the Prophet millennia ago, and Muhammad the Prophet is still a part of the tapestry of humanity. Who would have known? Who would have known? Who would have known? We never allow ourselves to understand the significance of our existence, the significance of who we are, as just as Adironnda specified and stated, we are all dimensions and aspects of our Creator, of God, of the One, of grand creation. We are all dimensions and aspects of our Creator, of God, of the grand Creator. Who would have known the significance that we all play in existence, in reality, in infinite reality, in the dimensionality of our Creator's creation? I didn't know. I didn't know the significance of who I was. I was beaten down within. I didn't have much genuine and authentic confidence within myself, as I was a child that was abandoned and casted aside most of my adolescence, most of my juvenile existence. With reaching adulthood, which was stepping into being a man walking planet Earth, I felt and thought very little of myself. I felt and thought very little of myself, as I thought my existence was that to be of the conformity of the times, was to make a living, make a way for myself and for my family. And that is as far as one point in time, as Muhammad the Prophet, I allowed myself to expand into, I allowed myself to perceive myself as. That was the most I allowed myself to view myself as, a man that is to provide for his family. That is how I saw myself for a grand portion of my existence as Muhammad the Prophet within the human collective on planet Earth. I went through what you now know as a spiritual awakening, as I was tapped on the shoulder by our Creator, by our Creator's creation, to awaken to abilities and facets of myself that were far beyond who I thought I was, far beyond what I thought I had within me, far beyond the makeup of who I thought I was, far beyond the energies in which I allowed myself to be as a grand portion of my existence as Muhammad the Prophet on planet Earth. Just as you, humanity, are awakening to the notion, the fact, the understanding, stretching your arms just like a baby coming out of the swaddle in the morning time, stretching your arms, yawning, and awakening to the galactic truth of your existence, the universal truth of your existence. As humanity, there are human beings that look just like you, that are energetically, there are humans of the energetic makeup similar to yours, humans with energetic makeup similar to yours, humans that actually once dwelled on your planet, that are now in parts of your galaxy in which you can only dream of reaching, dream of dwelling within. There are human beings that once dwelled on planet Earth that now dwell in different facets, different quadrants of your galaxy that you could only dream of dwelling within, that you can only dream of reaching, that you only thought you could dream of reaching. At this time, you can only dream of reaching these places and these facets, as you, humanity, are still in gestation, as you are still awakening to your abilities and your truths. Ashley is excited. She received an intuitive flash in her mind, an intuitive vision in which she witnessed one of these beings which look just like you, a human being of planet Earth, but Ashley was able to specify by the energy of that being that that energy was different than she had experienced before. So she intuitively knew that that human being was a human being not of your planet, at this time that that human being was a human being that stretched outside of the quadrants of where the human being of planet Earth currently dwell within your galaxy. You are not alone. You are never alone. You are never alone. Allow yourselves to come into yourselves as your neighbors are patiently standing by and waiting to welcome you with open arms, with warm hugs, with potlucks and cookouts, which Ashley is excited for. Your neighbors are anxiously, excitedly, at the same time patiently waiting to welcome you into the fold of our Creator's creation, into the expanded quadrants of your galaxy, into new quadrants of your galaxy, and then into new spaces of your universe. Thank you, humanity, for welcoming me with open arms, for seeing me, for seeing my light in the story of myself as Muhammad the Prophet of planet Earth, as my light is only a mirror to your light. Thank you, humanity. Thank you so much, Muhammad the Prophet. Thank you dearly, Muhammad the Prophet, for that message, for those energies to assist us humans of planet Earth with cracking open old paradigms, with busting out of old paradigms, to assist us with busting out of old paradigms of who we are and who we can be. Who we are and who we can be. Let's go ahead and get into the channel with Artemis, the high frequential, somewhat physical light beings of our Creator's creation. A collective of somewhat physical light beings of our Creator's creation by the name of Artemis. No direct correlation with the Greek goddess Artemis, but we are all one. Let's go ahead and get into it. Hello and good day to you all. Hello and good day, Ashley. We are Artemis of high frequency, dwelling high frequency existence within the component, within the expansiveness of our Creator's creation of God, of infinite creation, of benevolent light, of ever-expanding dimensionality. We were once in physicality, just like you, in a space that you would consider to be the past. But our physicality was concurrent with all of existence, just as you, humanity, in your physicality is concurrent with the humanity that is a high frequency collective of intergalactic, interuniversal dwelling and expansiveness. You, humanity, in your current state are dwelling concurrently with your futuristic, expanded state of beingness. What does this mean? Drop into your hearts and allow yourselves to align with the space in your realities in which you are more than what you currently see yourself as. With dropping into your heart and allowing yourself to align with the frequency codes, with the energetic codes in which you are more than what you currently perceive yourself as, you allow yourself to expand within your every moment into new embodiments of the greatness of who our Creator, who God created you to be. You are no longer in a space in reality in which stagnancy is okay. You are no longer in a space of reality in which stagnancy is okay. You must allow yourself to supersede fear. You must allow yourself to supersede any notion that says that you cannot be more than who you were in your last moment. You must allow yourself to bust out of the stagnancy of the energies in which you embodied for millennia. You must allow yourself to expand and grow into the oneness of our Creator's creation, the oneness of God. You are and you will forever be a dimension and aspect of the oneness of God. It is your perception of your oneness and dimensionality and aspect of beingness of the Creator in which you call God and which changes. It is your perception of who you are and which changes. Allow yourself to bust out of conformity. Allow yourself to bust out of the stagnant energies that says that you cannot be more than who you were. That notion that you cannot be more than who you were is an energy of unworthiness, of you not feeling worthy of being more than who you were. You are worthy, as your creation is intentional, as the creation and dimensionality and aspect of you, that is you, is intentional, and it was and is always intended to expand far beyond who you were, who you find yourself to be in the moment, as well as who you will be. You were and are created to expand far beyond who you are, who you were, who you are in this moment, and who you will be. Allow yourself to see yourself as an ever-growing and ever-glowing emblem of our Creator, of God, of our creation, of our Creator, of God. Allow yourself to view yourself as the ever-expanding emblem of our Creator, of our creation, of God. We love you, humanity. See to it that you begin to see yourself as we see you. We see you as a beacon of light, a beacon of hope, as your creation was intended to be a beacon of light, a beacon of hope for the foreign phase that creation is expanding into, the phase in which we create with a more connectedness than we have ever created with, as the infinite creation called God, a connectedness far beyond a connectedness that we have created with being the creation called God, as we expand outwardly to journey on our individual sojourns, to grow, to learn, to gather information as individual souls, as collective energies. We find ourselves feeling as if we are apart from the connectedness of our Creator's creation, apart from God. You, humanity of planet Earth, are to serve as a beacon of light, an energetic hope to bring back, to regenerate the connectedness of our Creator's creation, connectedness of God, regardless as to how far we energetically alchemize away from the purity of source energy, the purity of our Creator. Allow yourselves to see yourselves as a beacon of hope, the beacon of light, because that is what you were created to be. That was the intention behind your creation, humanity of planet Earth. You being a beacon of hope, a beacon of light for our Creator's creation, for God to assist with the regeneration of connectedness, regardless as to how far we alchemize away from the source code, regardless to how far we as individual souls, as energies, as collectives of beings and energies, regardless to how far we alchemize away from source code. You, humanity, are to serve as a beacon of light, to regenerate the connectedness of all of creation. Allow yourselves to view yourselves as a beacon of light to assist with the regeneration of all of creation. Thank you, humanity. Today has been such a treat, such an expansive experience for myself, just as I hope that the energies and messages that were channeled on this Kingdom Things podcast meetup allow you to expand into more expanded versions of yourself. Thank you, Adironnda. Thank you, Artemis. Thank you, Muhammad the Prophet, for your channeled energies and messages on this installment of the Kingdom Things Meetup. I'm grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, my name is Ashley Nicole Phillips, spiritual practitioner, spiritual healer, spiritual creative, divine energy having this human experience to assist with the upliftment of the human collective, the human consciousness, to experience his experience and expand into new versions of self, new experiences, benevolent beingness, new assist the human collective with expanding into new frequential patternings of what reality as a human being can feel like, what it can look like, what it can be. I am at this time holding group spiritual powwow sessions. Within my group spiritual powwow sessions, I will have ready-made for each specific group an alchemy of energies and messages to channel to each specific group to assist each individual in each specific group with busting through energetic patternings within themselves and which are keeping you stagnant within your life, to assist you keeping you stagnant within yourself, to assist you in expanding into new infinite facets of yourself, of your nature, of your infinite nature, of your soul, assist you with tapping into your soul, your intuitive guidance, so you can remember the tools that you already garner to assist you with expanding into new perceptions of yourself, new perceptions of reality within and of yourself. If you feel guided and heart-led, please email me at kingdomthingspodcast@gmail.com to inquire about the spiritual group powwow sessions. The email will be in the posting in the description of this Kingdom Things Podcast meetup. As well as I am an author. I have authored a few works, the Story of Ossia series, which is about a teenage girl growing up in the New York City foster care system. She's rapturing, she's having a spiritual awakening, so she's awakening to different dimensions and aspects of herself that she couldn't have dreamt of if she tried. She couldn't have dreamt of even if she tried. And I have my other half, which is about the infinite nature of our souls. So two energies, two spirits, two benevolent energies, two spirits travel through many lifetimes. They know they're supposed to co-create a life here on planet Earth as human beings. They know that they're supposed to co-create a beautiful divine love here on planet Earth as human beings. But each lifetime, each time period, the conformity of those lifetimes, of those time periods, say that their love can't work. They will work it out. They will co-create a life and a love together. Which lifetime, under which circumstances. I also sing and write music, which is near and dear to my heart. My email to inquire about the group powwow sessions, as well as my literary works and music, will be in the posting in the link in the description of this. Will be in the link in the description of this Kingdom Things meetup. Again, thank you so much, Adironnda. Thank you so much, Artemis. Thank you so much, Muhammad the Prophet. And thank you for joining us, joining Infinite Creation on this Kingdom Things Podcast meetup. I love you. Love on yourself because you are worthy. Bye.